Aquarius, what's up, my weirdo? So today is your June full month tarot reading for the year 2018. Obviously, this is Gemini season, which is your sister sign. It will be transitioning into Cancer season, okay? So we will have a shift. We are using clear quartz and also pyrite. Just a little bit of pyrite. Now, the message that I want to inform you guys on throughout this June, you definitely want to make sure that you are embodying who you are. So being the individual, being the unique one. The sun and what it represents is kind of what you want to be surrounding yourself around. So your self-esteem, your self-identity, how you portray yourself, the way you act in front of everyone. That is what you need to be focused on during this time. And this may be because some of you were kind of in hibernation in the past and you weren't really, being out and about. And then for others, it could just be because you were seen out of your character and you're ready to be seen as who you are as an Aquarius. So we're going to start with your past energy, and then we're going to see, what influences and obstacles were in your way. Then we're going to move to the present, which would be your June, to kind of see, what's happening right now, presently, energetically, and then move to the future to see what's coming your way so you can kind of have a heads up for what's to come, okay? What was Aquarius dealing with in the past? All right, so the energy for your past, we have the Tower card in reverse. So there were some things that had to be changed, some habits die hard, I understand. You were kind of in the situation where you didn't want to change the way that things were happening, but universe was like, look, we got to do something different. This isn't going to work anymore. Things are changing. Times are changing. You are changing as a person, and we got to switch up what's happening. And so that is what I think happened for a lot of you in your past. Even if you were trying to stop the changes that you could feel were happening, it still happened. And for some of you, this could have involved you having to become secluded to yourself. And I think that also correlates into how you had to be with your personality. Like, you had to really become subdued and maybe not speak as much to everyone, maybe not reveal as much to everyone. You really had to come to yourself and be to yourself. And I do think this was a transformative state for you. This was something that you had to go through on your own. And I do think a piece of you, a part of you, a way that you deal with things had to die. It had to transform into something else. It had to transition. This also could have involved a Scorpio if you have a Scorpio in your life. Now, the actual situation that you were dealing with in your past, we got the Strength card. So this could have been dealing with the Leo, or just your health, or even how your confidence, your self-confidence, your self-esteem. Why is the Strength card coming up? What is it representing? Yeah, this Leo is coming out pretty strong, you guys. And if it isn't a Leo, this is about that sun energy that I was just talking about. Your self-identity, your self-esteem, your self-confidence. It seems as though you had to deal with bringing that to the forefront. For some of you, you had to become more comfortable with being an Aquarius, being unique, being the individual, being the weirdo, and really embracing that. For some Aquariuses, that could be very hard. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, we have you here, Aquarius. Here you are in reverse. And so, again, this was something you had to dig within yourself and figure out. Nobody else could tell you or show you how to feel confident in your own skin. And with the Empress card in reverse, it seems like you weren't taking care of yourself because you weren't really appreciating yourself to the highest capacity that you needed to. And for some of you, that could have been because of a relationship that went wrong, or just a relationship with your own self-esteem that had been cut off. You weren't really channeling with yourself. You weren't being in tune with yourself. And it was really starting to show, in the past. This was really starting to show up. Again, this could also be dealing with that Leo in the picture. For some of you, you were dealing with the Leo, and as we know, Aquarius and Leo are karmic signs. They're opposite signs. So you could have had a moment where it was a karmic issue came back up from the past, or something that just needed to be resolved in this lifetime with this Leo. And they, being that you guys are opposite signs, Leo is all about being in that spotlight, being shown as who they are, and being courageous in that, even if they don't feel courageous themselves. Now, Aquarius is all about being the unique, the individual, not always being understood, or the sign that not everybody can understand, and it takes a certain type of sign to be able to understand them. And Leo, if you find that right Leo, it can be a very karmic explosion of just good things, amazing things, but also some deep dark things, some deep dark shit that you have to really unravel to understand the balance between the two. So I do think that there is a situation with Leo and Aquarius for some of you here, but also this is just mainly about you transitioning and becoming yourself and becoming comfortable in yourself and your own skin. And you had a lot on your chest, you had a lot on your plate, and I think that is what kind of made it hard for you to really boss up. And again, with this Ten of Wands here, it says you had a lot on your plate, but it could have been dealing with a Leo. Again, I'm seeing very heavy Leo energy here with the King of Wands in reverse. And it seems like maybe this Leo and you were not getting along necessarily. This doesn't have to be just a romantic relationship if you are dealing with the Leo, but this could also just be like if your mother is a Leo or your father, I think is a better example. If your father's a Leo and you've been having some karmic issues with this person, or even a mother for sure. But you know, there's something that's very strong about this relationship, a sibling, something that you want to be balanced and you want to be justified, but it needed to have some work put into it. So again, that could be platonic, that can be your lover, that could be your neighbor or your sibling, whatever it is. It's something that matters to you, and you had to learn how to feel comfortable in your own skin and kind of find that balance, because this is something that was very important, and it has to deal with your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and all of that. Okay, so first we're going to see who this was dealing with, what sign this may have been dealing with. We know we have Leo here very strong. Let's see what else comes out for Aquarius. Who are they dealing with? Mars. So we have the Tower card. So yeah, something karmic. Something very karmic. Also dealing with Mars, that could be Scorpio or Aries, but I'm going to lean more towards Scorpio because we did have the Death card come up. So for some of you, this is a Scorpio that you're dealing with. Any more signs that Aquarius was dealing with in the past? And then we have the Ten of Cups. So that's all of the water signs. So again, we have Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Again, Scorpio is coming out pretty strong here. Any of the water signs. And then we also have Summer. So Summer is Virgo, Leo, and Cancer. So Leo is coming out again. All right. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Now let's see what advice I can give you to deal with this situation if you're still having trouble overcoming your self-esteem, or if you are trying to build your self-esteem. What can be done? So Two of Pentacles is your card of advice. You have to prioritize what's important to you. You have to determine what needs to be around you and what doesn't. And it may be like you have to get rid of things that you don't want to get rid of. You know, this could be people, this could be substance, habits, a certain lifestyle, whatever it is. It's like you have to differentiate what you need versus what you want. And that's going to help you align yourself with who you really are. And this is not an easy task. This is something that I feel like signs, well, everyone, you know, in their life, whether you're spiritual, religious, you know, don't have any beliefs in anything, we all have to go through these times of trial where you're kind of walking through this dark path and you don't know what's coming, but you know that you're changing, you're evolving. And even if you're not aware of it or conscious of it, it's like these moments dictate how you view yourself. And how you view yourself has a big influence on how you treat yourself. And that's going to, you know, dictate what you attract. And so this is very important. And this is, you know, war, I would say, a spiritual warfare of some sort within yourself. And it can attract the wrong enemies. And so when you're talking about spiritual warfare, that can expand into many different realms. And, you know, being that this is very serious and this is dealing with signs that, you know, may have been in your life in past lives, or they're just here now, it really doesn't matter. It's very serious. It's a very concrete matter that I feel like you need to take the time to differentiate what you need versus what you don't. All right, so we're going to move to the present. What's happening in June for Aquarius? We got 2 cards. All right, so the energy of your June, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So with the Ace of Wands in reverse, the first thing that popped into my head was stop, slow down. Maybe creatively you haven't been having that spark or that inspiration to do more. Like maybe you're feeling a little lazy, but not because you are just being, you know, lazy, but it's just like this feeling of not necessarily being inspired so much. And I think this is needed because with all of this stuff that was happening in the past, it's very heavy. And it's like you need that time to really unwind and really have time to assess what you just went through, you know, really assess. And I can't think of the word right now, but evaluate what has just happened And it seems as though it's a little hard for you to do this because maybe you do have things that you want to do. Maybe you don't want to slow down. Maybe you just don't want to harp on stuff that was really heavy. It just seemed like this energy in the past was a very heavy type of thing on your spirit. And not to say that heavy is bad, but it takes a lot of energy out of you. So for you to be trying to create or just to keep going like nothing has changed, nothing has happened, that's not going to really work during this time in June. You really are going to have to, you know, be courageous and stand within yourself, but know that you are not a robot. You are, that's funny because Aquarius is, if anybody's a robot, it would be an Aquarius. But you guys are still, you know, made up of different layers, and you still have different parts of yourself that you have to cater to. You don't always have to be detached. And you can bring that inner fire from yourself. You can illuminate the parts of yourself that you want others to see. So keep that in mind. You have control over that. Now with the Five of Swords in reverse, there is an issue of something being aired out. There's something that needs to be put on the table. And this is something with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. This situation is an emotional cry for help, a spiritual cry for help. And not to say that you are, you know, just distraught, but it just seems like self-esteem wise, spiritually, you're kind of low. You're on the low end of things. And I want you to be able to ignite that fire within you, but it's like you're missing a piece. You're still missing a piece right now. For some of you, it could involve a relationship that you're dealing with, a lover situation, or just simply during this Gemini season, things are just being brought up in ways that it's making you think about lots of different things at one time, and it's really hard for you to navigate where to go. You have a lot on your plate, but it's like you're not telling anyone about it. The actual situation that you're going to be going through, we got double sevens. And we have Seven of Wands here. So you will feel like everything is against you. You will feel like you have no one on your side. But you do. You have yourself. And that's what this energy, this reading is screaming: self-confidence, self-abundance, self-perseverance, just yourself, you. The power that you possess within yourself. So you will feel like things are in your way. Things are fighting against you, almost like you're fighting against the tide. But know with the Seven of Wands, know that means you have what it takes. You have the courage. You just have to stand up. And once you stand up and really truly fight for yourself, you will win. But you have to put that courage into it. You have to put that fire into it. You cannot disattach yourself from everything that needs to be confronted. Okay? So that's going to take courage, and that's a very Leo-like card. It's one of the Leo cards, I would say. And you're going to have to really possess that. And for some of you, if you're not even dealing with the Leo, or even if you are, being that it is your opposite sign, it may be extremely hard for you to face the music for certain things. It may be extremely hard for you to be confident or courageous in the face of whatever you're afraid of. But that's what Leo does. And being that is your opposite sign, I think it's like universe is wanting you to challenge that shadow side of yourself, whether it's with the Leo or just you having to embody what that means. And what better time to do it than, you know, in Gemini season, when it's about the duality of things, when it's about having a conversation back and forth with yourself, when it's about, you know, having all of these ideas that's kind of just everywhere and going with the flow and following your curiosity. All of that seems like the perfect time to try to challenge your shadow self. And I think that's going to be a very important lesson for you to learn. I'm getting the need to tell you that Black Obsidian is a stone that you may want to work with during this time in June, okay? And I do have a video on Black Obsidian if you would like to watch that, okay? I'm sorry, I'm talking really fast, so I'm out of breath, but it's because I'm channeling and I'm getting a lot of things that need to be said. Seven of Cups is also part of the situation during your June. It's in reverse. There's a lot on your plate, but you're not going to let it overwhelm you. You're going to try your best to pick what's important to you, pick what needs to have your energy, pick what needs to have your attention, and that's good because then you can kind of navigate how to move around this heavy energy that seems to be calling you. Now, what challenge will you be facing? We have the Chariot card here in reverse. So this could definitely happen during your Cancer season, which is the end of June. And things are just going to be happening. It's going to be speeding up and you don't have any control over it. So just simply put, there's going to be things that you can't really predict. It's kind of like you're on a roller coaster and you want it to stop, but you can't stop because you already started the ride. This is all a part of your journey. So this is nothing that you can't handle. This is something that you have to go through. Some of you will feel like you've crashed and burned, but honestly, there is no losing in the situation because it's all about lessons that you're being taught karmically and from your universe specifically. And I just need you to understand that the tables will turn, but it doesn't mean that you've lost or you've won. That's not really the point. The point is for you to stand up for yourself and to be who you are and to become more aligned with the Aquarius sun sign that you are. And it's going to take some courage. It just is. It's going to take that opposing force, which is Leo, for you to kind of teach you how to stand up for yourself, to teach you to be comfortable in the spotlight and not run away from it. Yeah, we have the Two of Pentacles here again. Prioritize. It's like you're picking a side now. You're picking the light versus the dark. So that seems very intense, and I think it's very important that you go through this. Now, what can I give? Oh, we have the advice already here. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Cooperate. Work with yourself. You know, figure out your strengths and work on that. Anything that you have that's a weakness, if you are working alongside with someone and their weakness is something that you're good at, then work on, work together. But if you're working by yourself in this situation, which I think most of you are, you definitely want to highlight your strengths, but also with your weaknesses, you want to learn how to make those a part of your strengths as well. But if you can't figure out how to do that, or if that's just something that's kind of impossible for you to do, you really need to look at the situation for what it is and be smart about it. Be practical about something. If you know that you're, weak in this area, but you're trying to exude that confidence in that particular spot, it probably won't work out how you think. So you want to play on your strengths, and it's about learning who you are and becoming who you are as an Aquarius. So this is very important. I need you to understand that's very important, and don't take it lightly. This is learning your strengths. Okay, now let's move on into the future. What's the future for Aquarius? What's coming their way? So the energy, we have the Eight of Wands. So again, some things are going to be happening. Things are speeding up. You don't know how it's going to end up, but you know that it's happening. It's happening. It's things from your past. It's lessons from your past. People from your past may be coming back. Memories, exes, nostalgia, good or bad. Things are coming back to the surface with the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, we have another 6 here, 6 of Wands. So you will be victorious in this, but you have to accept the challenge. You have to go through these things. It's kind of like when you have a nightmare. You don't ask to have nightmares, but when you do, if you go through this nightmare, you conquer whatever that thing is that you're so afraid of, instead of just waking up, you will feel like, okay, I've done this before, if it ever comes again. Or you may never have that nightmare again. You have to fight the monster. You have to beat the monster in order to level up to the next level, essentially. And it's gonna be scary. It could be just, or you may feel like you may be disappointed. You don't know what's to come, but you know you have to do this. This is something that it's been in your past. It's been sitting in the back of your closet for all this time. It's something that you have to bring to the forefront, and you have to conquer it. And once you do, I can't express to you how it'll feel, because this is a part of your journey. But I can tell you, I feel like this is something that needs to be done. And I know that this is something that you can be victorious in. We have the 6 of Wands. You'll be vindicated. You'll feel refreshed. You'll feel renewed. You'll feel happy. You'll feel like the winner. You'll be, flowers thrown at your feet. You'll feel that Leo energy is what I'm saying. You'll feel like the king or the queen or whatever. But you have to do it. You have to do it. That's a part of being victorious. So in the situation that's actually happening, we have the Hermit card. So this is about going within yourself. This is about going within the depths of what you already intuitively know. It's like past knowledge that's been embedded in you for time, for generations, for centuries, for lifetimes. Going into the depths of your soul and bringing out that knowledge. And that knowledge is going to be like a light that you hold and you walk through the darkness with. And it's something that Virgo does. It's the Virgo card, the Hermit card. It's not easy. It is not an easy position to be in. When you know more, you tend to be a little bit less naive about things, and that can take the childlike joy from you. But it doesn't have to be that way. What I'm saying is this energy can provide you with so much knowledge that you didn't even know you had stored within yourself, and bring out such greatness within you that you become more mature spiritually, and you reach these new levels that you didn't know you could reach. But the whole time, this is a part of your journey. So it's like the universe knew you were going to reach it, but you had to get to that point. You had to understand what it means. And this is something you're probably going to have to do alone. This whole situation. You may also encounter a Virgo from your past coming back into the situation, coming back into your life. But this is something you're going to have to do on your own. Now, what is Aquarius going to be learning with this Hermit energy? Uh-oh. You're going to be learning that you're prepared to take on what you think you can't. You can do this, Aquarius. I mean, I feel like I can only go so deep. If you need more, you know, like a deeper dive into like who you really are, being with your natal chart, and just tapping more into your spiritual aura. I do spiritual aura readings. We can see what's happening because this is very heavy. This is very heavy. Now, what I do like about this, it gets lighter as you move towards the future, which means there's more light shed on the situation. But it's pretty heavy, and this is something that I think a lot of you have been dealing with for a while, whether you know it or not. It's like a dormant type of energy, and it's like waking the sleeping giant. Nice. Okay, so we got the Cancer card. So during Cancer season, like I said, I think this is when all of this is going to be happening, or speeding up, so to speak. We have the Chariot card. So things are going to be happening, coming your way, okay? You have to know how to roll with the tides, and also realize that with the Chariot card, it means that two things are coming together to make one, and to work as one. And with that being said, I really feel like you're going to be channeling a new sense of yourself, a nurturing side to yourself. And you're going to be kind of creating your own magic. And for some of you, this could be a very foreign type of energy just because, you know, it's Cancer energy, and that's very different from, you know, the Aquarius energy. So just enjoy what it feels like to understand different elements of yourself. I think a lot of what this reading is about, this June is about, is understanding the layers of you, becoming you. I can tell you until I'm blue in the face what I feel like is going to happen. I can tell you what's coming your way and all of that, but you're the only one who can really truly feel what it feels like to really be leveling up. And once that happens, you'll know. It's something you're going to know. You're going to feel it. And it's just a matter of time before it happens. Yeah, it's already started. The process has already started with all of this past energy that I'm seeing here. It's already started. You just have to finish it. And you have to, if you don't finish it, then this is, I don't know when it's going to come back up again, but it definitely will. It's not going to ever go away because this is something that you're learning in your lifetime, or lifetimes for some of you. So, yeah, this was a very deep reading, Aquarius. Very deep time for you. I give you all my love and all my luck to you. But also, I hope that you encounter your shadow self and you understand how important that other side of yourself is. If you enjoyed this reading as much as I did, please leave a thumbs up so that this can help other Aquariuses out there. Subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified when I upload for your sign, and also when I have other readings and things that you would like to see. Leave a comment down below and check up on your other signs, your Aquariuses, or even if you're a cross watcher, you know, just check up and see how everyone's doing, or you can leave me a comment and let me know, you know, how you're feeling about things. If you would like a personalized reading that gets way more in depth and way more in tune with who you are as a person using your natal chart and just my intuitive ability to tap into your energy, your aura, email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com. Or you can add me on Instagram at Atela_amor, and you can, you know, get in contact with me that way as well. I'm Love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, one day I will be. And until next time, my beautiful Aquarius, I will see you in the next video. Bye.